Okay, so we're starting over. Alright, so we've got our soldering iron, it's warmed up. We're going to put some solder on the tip, called tinning the tip. You don't have to put a lot, just a little bit. And then we can put that back into our stand to rest there. Alright, so going along with our My Place instructions, we can skip parts 1 and 2, and we're down to the second, number 1. It's place resistor installation. So with these boards, as my display over there says, Happy Place, we will be spelling out the word place here on the bottom. And then on the top part, we'll be spelling out whatever we want to put. It could be Juan's Place, it could be Happy Place, My Place, Fly Place, Drone Place, Mom's Place, Dad's Place, whatever you want to name it. But we're going to start out here with the word place on the bottom. We're going to start with the letter P. All right, so using our pack of resistors, just pull the tape off of one side of 3 of them. Just kind of work that out, and then pull 3 of the resistors out. And you can set the rest of them to the side. Now you'll notice that the resistors have colors on them. Like this one, I can't get it in focus, but you can see on this end it's kind of an orange, and then going down to the other side it's a metallic. So you want the metallic side to be on the right side. Resistors are read left to right, and the metallic number, or the metallic color, is always the last color. Alright, so now we're going to take our resistor and bend it into a U shape. So holding on to the ceramic part in the middle, just push the wire down on the sides to make a U shape. Does that make sense to y'all? Are y'all getting there? Okay, and we're just going to do this one resistor first. Let me swap out my camera. Change camera. It's not going to let me change mid-deal, is it? No, it is not. Okay, so anyway, at the bottom of the P, with the white rectangles and stuff facing you, you're going to push the resistor through with the orange on the left side there at the bottom of the P. Okay, then put your finger on the resistor, turn the board over, and then we're going to bend those wires out. Not all the way down, just kind of bend them out to 30-45 degrees, and that'll hold the resistor in place essentially. Okay, are y'all good there? You don't have to be real gentle with it, you can just pull it. You don't got to pull the tape apart to pull it out. Yeah. If it bends a little bit, it's no big deal. Yeah. Okay, I hate that my camera's not working right for y'all in here to see, but I'll do what I can. I'll do this quick demo on here, and then I'll come around and help y'all out. Okay, so now that we've got that, we're going to get our solder, get our soldering iron, And we're going to solder the component to the board by making a solder joint. We've already tinned the tip, so we've got some solder on there, which will help, be beneficial. But what we want to do is we want to touch the soldering iron to the board and the component at the same time. So you don't want to hold your board. I'm doing this just so the camera can see it better. But you'll want to touch the board and the component at the same time. Leave it there for just a couple seconds so it'll get heat. And then apply your solder. So you want both the board and the component to be getting heat so they'll accept the solder. And then you just come in from the side. It shouldn't take much solder.
Is the orange on the right?
Orange, ideally it should be on the left, but it can be on the right. I would just recommend trying to make them all uniform. So it doesn't take much solder. You don't have to be there very long. And then you get a solder joint. Like that. Okay, so you want to make sure you have your soldering iron on the board. Then you're going to bring the solder to it. Then you'll remove the solder. Then you'll remove the soldering iron. So, okay. Maybe just a little more. Here you go. Come here, it looks okay. So you're not wanting to put a huge glob of solder. You just want it to be enough to cover the square and to have the component attached to the board. So yeah, that's a little globby, but this is what we're going for. It's pretty close. Okay. Okay, so now so we can move on to the rest of it, we're going to take our cutters and we're going to cut that excess wire off by coming down to the solder. We're not necessarily trying to cut the solder. We just want all that extra wire to be off. It might help if you use your finger to put pressure on the tip of that wire so it doesn't just fly across the room and hit your buddy, because nobody wants that. Alright, so now we're going to take our other two resistors, fold them into the U shape as well. And then work our way up. Remember, we're watching the colors, so it looks all nice and neat on the top. So we're just going to drop those two in there. Turn our board over. Bend our wires out so that it holds it in place. And then we're going to go in and solder those on there as well. We don't want to use a whole lot of solder because then it could bridge from one joint to the other, and that would be bad. So we want to use just enough solder to get the job done. And remember, don't try not to hold your head directly over the board while you're soldering, so you don't want to inhale the fumes. So that would not be good. And then so that's kind of what we're looking for there. Now starting off, the word place has nothing to do with the actual integrity of our product. It's more or less an aesthetic thing right now. It's basically, this word is to help you get practice with making your solder joints. So if you have one that doesn't look ideal, that's okay. The whole purpose is so we'll get good at this by working on this word. And once we get good at that, then we'll be ready to move on, and we'll have good connections so all of our LEDs will light up when we place them on here. Everything will look good, and we'll have a nice little sign we can hang up in our room or give to Mom for Mother's Day or anything like that. Stick in your car window or something. Okay, so we've done those three, and that is 1A and B, C, D, and E. So we've completed steps 1A through E, and now we are ready for step F, which is going to be finishing off the word place. So we're going to go through and do the same process. I would recommend only doing 3 resistors at a time. So do 3 resistors, solder them, cut them, do 3 more resistors, and solder them and cut them, and proceed. And that should keep us busy for the rest of class working on that. So I'm going to end the recording now. If those of you at home have any questions, concerns, let me know. If you don't have the stuff to do this yet, as I'm sure most of you don't, you need to get with me so we can make arrangements for you to get the stuff. Other than that, see you later.